Come on.
And currently the top-ranked team in Connecticut in the latest Game Time CT poll. On behalf of the CIAC and New Canaan High School, we would like to remind you to demonstrate good sportsmanship, respect, and courtesy to all student athletes, coaches, officials, and fellow fans. Support the team you root for and show respect for the opposition. Any behavior that violates this code of conduct is grounds for removal from the stadium. New Canaan High School has many traditions, but bad sportsmanship isn't one of them.
Tonight, October 24th, 2025, is the biggest game of the Connecticut high school football season. For only the 9th time in the last 20 years, the number 1 and number 2 teams in the state will go at it to determine who is the best. It's a rivalry renewed, a game that has been played in 4 years, yet tonight that goes all out the window as the reigning Class LL champions Greenwich take on the 3-time reigning Class L champs in New Canaan. Hello everybody and welcome to Dunning Stadium here in New Canaan for, as I mentioned before, the biggest game of the Connecticut high school football season. We'd like to welcome everyone into the broadcast booth. I'm Ryan Bell, joined alongside PJ Neville. And PJ, this is it, man. Number 1 versus number 2. What a game that we get to call right here. And it's very exciting. And yeah, so we're going to have some fun.
Yeah, definitely, Bell. And, you know, both these teams had a bye week last week, and now they're coming into this weekend. Really, the hype surrounding this game for probably the past 2 weeks has been, you know, nothing short of huge. And everyone really has been excited for this. All the players in school, all the fans, everyone making sure that they're getting out to support the boys. Looks like on both sides, Greenwich has a great squad as well. And I think we're going to have a great atmosphere and a great game today.
Yeah, and over 1,000 tickets were sold for this game. It's going to be packed on both ends. The New Canaan student section is already pretty much filled out, which is something that we love to see. And, you know, for the game itself, PJ, I mean, these are the 2 top teams in the state, as I mentioned in the open. Both were state champs last year. Haven't played in 4 years, but this matchup needs to happen every year for how good these 2 teams are.
Yeah, and I love how the FCIAC now has more, you know, balanced matchmaking, and, you know, we get more games like this every year. And Bell, you mentioned these 2 teams were state champs last year. They were actually out of the Class L and Double L state championships the past 3 years. These 2 teams combined for 5 of them.
Yeah.
So, and the only other one is Staples 2 years ago in 2020, or that 2024 year, I guess it was the 2023 state championship. But overall, this is going to be a great game. Probably 2 of the best, you know, neo-dynasties in Connecticut high school football that we've seen lately.
Yeah, so I guess we'll first start with Greenwich. What are some of the keys for the Cardinals tonight on both sides of the ball?
Well, I think first off, right, it's got to be protecting.
We'll do a quick pause. We'll go away for the national anthem, and we'll be right back after that. from the national anthem there. And PJ, the vibes are high. The Rams student section is going crazy. But, before you're cut off by the anthem there, going back to Greenwich, what are some of their keys for tonight?
Yeah, I think first it's getting quarterback Phil Tarantino comfortable, in that pocket. Of course, he's only a sophomore. He's, Coach Marinelli described him as a very blue-collar player, right? He works for what he gets. He doesn't really give up much, and he plays with a lot of grit, and I think getting him comfortable in probably the biggest game, at least so far, maybe possibly ever in his whole high school career, is important.
Yeah, and for a little more on this game, we have Claire Hickey down on the sideline. Claire.
Yeah, guys, it's looking to be a really great game here today with the #1 ranked New Canaan versus #2 Greenwich. It's honestly just going to be a really defensive battle. Both of these teams have not really come across each other too much and have not faced each other in a normal game since 2021. It's looking to be a great game. We really do not know the outcome since both teams are so highly ranked, but all we know it's going to be such a great game. That's it for me. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Claire, and just about underway here, PJ. I mean, again, I can't keep saying it enough. This atmosphere is incredible, and some more fans are pouring in here into the game itself for New Canaan. Will be Neil Aurora to kick. Normally, Bennett Perticello has been dealing with some injuries recently, so he'll be the main punter tonight. But Aurora will have the kicking duties, and he has been fantastic the last couple weeks. And Greenwich has got two back there. Suvansri and Townsend both back there for the Cardinals. It's #1 and #2 live from Dunning Stadium in New Canaan. We are underway. Aurora will boot that one deep. It'll be caught around the 10-yard line by Greenwich. Will try and get an early return, and a lot of hats to the ball there from New Canaan. So Townsend will return that one a little past the 25 there, and the Greenwich offense will get underway here, PJ. And here we go.
Yeah, this is big. Coming into this game, I think really everyone is anticipating a very big defensive game. The Rams, their defense is phenomenal. Really, all over the field. The secondary, the linebackers, defensive line. It's going to be tough running for Hector Lopez today in the backfield, who is probably that big kind of focused pupil for the Rams defense.
So it will be Tarantino in the gun, and it's the man for Greenwich, Hector Lopez, in the backfield. Lopez will get the opening carry. They'll get a couple brought down around the 31 there, and that's the thing, PJ, for Greenwich. They got to establish the run. That's how they play offense, and it all starts with their captain, Hector Lopez.
Yeah, definitely a ground-and-pound team for sure. Lopez, one of the best athletes really in the state, possibly really overall in the Northeast. Very underrated player. He does lack some size, but what he lacks in size, he makes up for in speed.
So that will bring up a 2nd down and 6 now for Tarantino and the Cards. Throwing the bubble screen out there, caught by Squires, and he'll go down short of the marker. They'll bring up an early 3rd down, and this is where this Rams defense likes to feast on these 3rd and shorts here. They're doing a great job at stopping offenses.
Yeah, you take another look at that play, see Tarantino take the snap, and he'll throw the bubble screen, and you see Ryan Brooks get out there in the blink of an eye. Brooksy, he's a phenomenal player, phenomenal athlete. He seems to be in on every single tackle, either him or Jack Kroll, whatever side of the field the ball goes to. Either one of them are in on the tackle.
So 3rd and 3. Tarantino's just going to take the power, and he is absolutely stuffed by a couple of Rams in there, and it's again the defensive line and that linebacking core at the head of it.
Yeah, it looked like it was Michael Harris who got in there. Harris, he was out in that Bunnell game. I think he had an illness, but he came back after that. That's a quick punt, but
yeah, really got this one deep. It looks like Hegel and McInerney both back there, and we'll get a favorable Greenwich bounce and be down just about the 24-yard line. And now will be the Rams to take their turn on the opening drive. And it's the junior Maddox Hoffman that has the reins at quarterback.
Yeah, Maddox Hoffman, he's a phenomenal player, but his #1 target, it's Andrew Esposito. And we talked about Greenwich needing to get Hector Lopez and the run game running. It's the same for the Rams. You need to get the ball in Andrew Esposito's hands, whether it's on a jet sweep, whether it's finding him in the middle of the field or finding him over the top. You need to get the ball to Esposito, and that's how you win this game.
Yeah, so New Canaan will start with this one on their own 24, forcing the early 3 and out. And it's the decade of the defense for the Rams, and now the offense has got to try and contribute here as Hoffman will start off in the gun. Will pitch this one over to Esposito, who's got a nice little lane. Andrew Esposito jukes one guy out of his shoes and will get forced out of bounds. A lot of contact out of there. No flag by the ref, but that is the great first play for the Rams, and it's Esposito with the first down.
Yeah, did you see that juke? I mean, Andrew Esposito, phenomenal. He's a great athlete. He's very, very shifty. I think we're going to get another look at it. But Esposito on the jet sweep, I just mentioned it. You got to get the ball to him. You got to get him out in space. And as you see right there, that's why, because he is arguably the best athlete in the entire state.
There's the toss to Stein, his first touch, and Stein will get brought down by a couple of Cardinals there. And it's really been the emergence of Henry Stein. I mean, he got some reps last year, but was kind of back in that depth chart. And this year, he's really been in a league of his own at the halfback position.
Yeah, Stein, let's take another look at that. You know, he's a real ground and pound runner. He's not looking to break everyone. He's trying to just, you know, kind of get it up the gut and get as many yards as he can for his team. And if he breaks it, great, but that's not his end goal on every single run.
So it'll be a 2nd and 10. That one got back to about the line of scrimmage. Hoffman will hand this one off to Stein. Stein, a nice little initial surge. He's still on his feet there, getting close to that marker. We'll see where they're going to mark him. The near side ref over here. Yeah. I mean, that's like an inch or two.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely less than a yard. So we'll bring up a 3rd and short for the Rams.
Yeah, and it's now they're giving it to Stein both plays, but it looks like Esposito's in the backfield. I wonder if he's kind of going back to his roots of playing running back, which he did in youth.
Yeah, we know that there's going to be some new plays on both defense and offense for the Rams, and see if this is one of them. Esposito motions out to Hoffman's right. He's going to throw the quick screen over to him. And Esposito, I don't know if he got it. Looks like he's short there. Great stand by that Cardinal defense, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 1, 4th and inches for New Canaan.
Looks like New Canaan is bringing out, I think that's a jumbo unit.
It could be
I don't
jumbo
think that's
package.
the punt.
Yeah.
And, you know, 4th and 1, I think for most opponents at least, for New Canaan, that should be pretty automatic. But with this Greenwich defense and especially you know, their front 7 or 8, I'm sure they'll stack the box here. It's going to be fairly difficult.
Yeah, I mean, New Canaan runs the jumbo so well. I mean, against Bunnell, it seems like they ran it 10 times. Bunnell couldn't stop them. So it's McInerney by himself in the backfield in the jumbo set. See if maybe try and draw a Cardinals offside first and then maybe snap it. McInerney's looking over to the sideline. No snap, and that play clock ran out. And a delay a game for the Rams. So not sure if they were going to run the play or just try and get Greenwich to jump. But regardless, a good stop there by that Greenwich defense, and that will force the punt unit to come out.
Yeah, now you got Bennett Perticello back there, who's a phenomenal punter. In my opinion, the best in the state. And Coach Marinelli said earlier, if he's not the best in the state, let's see the other guy, because Perticello has had a booming leg since he was probably in the 4th grade.
Some movement. Might have been a false start on New Canaan. Greenwich clapping that one, so that might just push the back. These Rams go back 5, but shouldn't matter too much with the leg of Perticello.
That could possibly, you know, obviously it depends on kind of the circumstance, but that could possibly help him. Right? You know, this is what, not even 60 yards to the end zone. So
yeah. So back for Greenwich.
Yeah. Still a good look for Perticello.
Will be Max Townsend as Perticello. Great end over end punt. That's caught by Townsend around the 20. Gets by 1. Still on his feet. Brought down heavily by a couple of Rams. And look at the hype over there from New Canaan. Is that Jeff Moultrie over there laying down the wood?
That was crazy. That was a huge hit from Moultrie, a guy who really, you know, we haven't heard his name too much. You know, especially not a lot this year, but with a couple of injuries, especially to a guy like Finn Mako, we're probably going to be seeing a lot more of him at least this week. And he popped him there. You know, he's kind of a guy like Stein, right? He's almost hunting the contact.
Yeah.
And I mean, you see it right there. And I wonder if maybe New Canaan coaches are going to try him out at linebacker next week after that.
Yeah. So Tarantino He's going to take, again, a QE power. He goes down quickly from New Canaan there. And the runs early. Yeah, not working so far for Greenwich.
I said Brooks or Kroll is in on every single tackle, and I think that might be the truth throughout the first couple of plays of this game.
So it'll be a 2nd and 10 for Greenwich. New Canaan known for their defense. Really both teams, if you think about it, but for the Greenwich offense, they try and establish that run game as best as they can. So here's Tarantino. He's going to take the quick handoff there to Lopez, and a bunch of Rams going at it again, and they are constantly stopping this running attack here.
Yeah, it looked like it was Hierman who made the initial contact, and then he broke the tackle, and it was Jack Kroll who stopped him in his tracks, and Big Ryan Francis able to really stop the run for no gain.
So another 3rd down for Greenwich. You see the New Canaan defensive line popping up on a screen there. Good job by our graphics department at NCTV making that one happen. So here we go, 3rd down. It's a rollout from Tarantino. He's got some pressure, gets rid of it. Oh, that one incomplete. He had an open man, and again, New Canaan doing a nice job forcing the 3 and out.
Yeah, great job by the Rams, and that's just that pressure that you expect with New Canaan, right? It's, the secondary is very strong for New Canaan, but in years past and, probably, you call it the decade of defense, so since at least 2020, it has been those linebackers and that defensive line that really have done all the work, or most of the work, I should say.
Yeah. So Greenwich to boot this one deep. He's going to go towards Hegel. Nice punt there. He's going to down that one around his own 30 and brought down pretty quickly there by Greenwich, and now we'll send out Hoffman in the Rams' 2nd drive of the day.
Yeah, and it was a good tackle by Greenwich there. You saw Hegel. He tried to make a move one way and just kind of met the Greenwich defender, and good swarm tackling from Greenwich. And that's the thing with both these teams, is that they're so well coached and very strong in the fundamentals. It's always 11 hats to the ball in a game like this for New Canaan or for Greenwich. And when that doesn't happen is normally when those players break the big ones.
Yeah. So for New Canaan, they had a nice opening play to Andrew Esposito. He had an 18-yard gain, and then after that, New Canaan brought it up to a 4th and short, but there's a delay game that set him back. So here we go, 2nd drive for Hoffman now. Greenwich showing a little pressure. So it's going to be a handoff to Stein. Gets past that initial one, and Stein still on his feet, stumbling a couple of times, but able to keep himself upright and get just shy of the 50. And how about the balance there from Henry Stein to stay on his feet?
Yeah, that's a great run by Stein, and I wonder, if he did not stumble there and had to push himself off the ground a couple times. It's almost like he was trying to jumpstart himself, but I wonder if he didn't, if he could have broke that one for so much more. But still a great run from Stein and really gritty play.
Yeah, he had a lot of open room over there if he were to stay up, and he'll get another 1st down carry, breaking this one to the left, and Stein staying upright, and it's going to take a couple of Greenwich guys to bring him down. I feel like someone like Stein, he kind of reminds me of a Cam Scatabo, right? Like he wants the contact, as you had said earlier, and I mean, we just saw in that last play where he's staying upright when a couple of guys are trying to bring him down.
Yeah, and Stein, I don't even know how to describe it. He seeks that contact, and he runs like Scatabo too, right?
Yeah.
He just kind of goes up the gut practically every single time, and he juices himself up like Scatabo too. With the, he always does the yelling and whatever. Stein does that. He gives himself the jump, and he'll hit himself on the head.
That's one thing he does not lack, is confidence.
Yeah.
He's got a ton of it. So he'll get the 2nd down handoff, but not too much success there. As a couple of Cardinals will bring him down. So New Canaan making a couple of quick substitutions. They'll bring up another 3rd and short, this time a 3rd and 3 for New Canaan. Been establishing the run these last couple of plays. Stein got about 2 there. So we'll see what offensive coordinator Jimmy Nugent and the Rams will dial up here.
I wonder if they let Hoffman try and throw something underneath here and maybe get that arm warmed up.
Yeah, we'll see. He's got a couple of receivers lined up. It's Esposito one-on-one to Hoffman's left. It's going to be a handoff, but flag's going to come in. See what we got. Looks like it's an offsides on Greenwich, so it's going to be an automatic first down there for New Canaan. Now you'll take that if you're the Rams.
Yeah, definitely. And I think if you're Greenwich, right, those are the mistakes that you can't make in a game of this magnitude, because it really does come down to you know, those nitty-gritty plays, and every first down counts.
Yeah, I mean, that play looked like it was going to be a handoff to Stein, but now will be a first down. It's a quad to the right there. They're going to throw the screen out to Stein. Stein, nice tackle over there by Jack Kelly, the captain, the senior captain for Greenwich, and he's one of the star players for the Cardinals.
Yeah, this Cardinals team, I think everyone has really talked about the linebackers as we take another look. See Kelly just blow up that block from Charlie Koch, and the throw is maybe a little late from Hoffman. I'm sure the Rams wanted to get that out earlier, but you know, just a great job of defeating the block by Jack Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, New Canaan and Greenwich might have the two best linebacking cores in the state, and you know, it's going to be an absolute battle.
I think in recent history too.
Yeah.
I think, you know.
Oh, it might have got him on the hard count. Nice, and there it is from Maddox Hoffman. That's going to be the second offsides on this drive from Greenwich. It's only going to be 5 yards there, but still, anything closer is going to help out the Rams a little bit. Still be second down, but Greenwich got to be a little more disciplined right there.
Yeah. Now it looks like it was, I think, the big edge, Andy Steddem. You know, Greenwich, they have two huge edges. I think Coach Marinelli said one's 6'5" and then one's 6'7". Yes, I know 6'7", but.
Yeah, so there's going to be a quick toss to Stein. Has a nice little lane. Tries to get by one, and he'll have enough for a first down. And early on, it's the Henry Stein show for the Rams as he keeps on picking up yardage.
Yeah, Stein, that's a great job. Great ball carrier vision. As you see, take another look at it. Pretty much everyone went one way, and then Stein saw the gap on the other side of the field and decided to get all those yards on the other side, and get a first down in the process. So
a nice, slow, methodical drive here for the Rams. We'll take the 2 penalties on Greenwich as well. So it'll be a first down. As New Canaan slowly pushing it into Cardinal territory with the ball on the 29. Here's Hoffman. We'll hand this one again to Stein, but this time he's brought down by Greenwich. Looked like that was Jacob Mobley, the defensive tackle for Greenwich, in on there.
Yeah, that's just some good defense from Greenwich, right? You can't win all of them if you're New Canaan and Greenwich, able to just get in there and defeat the run. But Stein, he's really been running all over this Greenwich team so far in this one. So, you know, good stop for them, good momentum. But I would like to see them get some of those linebackers a little bit more involved. Jack Kelly obviously blew up that one screen pass, but also Justin Carroll, he's a big player for Greenwich, and we haven't said his name too much today. So
Stein got that one back to around the line of scrimmage, so second down and 10 for the Rams. Stein will go in motion behind Hoffman, will catch that swing pass out to the left, trying to get over there to the sticks, and again, nice open field tackling there from Greenwich, so it'll be a third and medium to long now for the Rams.
Yeah, and on a play like this, I think this is where you got to let Hoffman, you know, he's been throwing these little screens or, you know, just short passes outside, and I think this is where you got to kind of let him, you know, even if it's not obviously taking the top off of the defense, but if you hit a slant over the middle or a drag, just something kind of quick and easy that could get you a first down. That could really open up the passing game as well.
And if there's ever a time to hit Andrew Esposito, it could be now, as it's trips right for the Rams. Esposito lining up in the slot. Hoffman drops back. Esposito goes short. He's going to fire that one deep and just over top, intended for Charlie Koch. And the Greenwich defense does a nice job of holding strong there.
Yeah, great coverage by Greenwich. You see, you know, that was double coverage, but that was the right look for Hoffman. He only had three. He only had 3 receivers, and the other 2 were covered underneath and wouldn't have gotten the first down anyways.
So this is an interesting development here. So it'd be about a 45-yarder, but it's Neil Aurora that is the kicker for New Canaan, and he has made some big kicks this year, but in a game like this, you're not trying to risk it. And the offense staying out on the field right now for a 4th and 9, which is definitely an interesting play call here for the Rams. And let's see what they'll dial up. They do snap it. Hoffman, heavy pressure. He's going to roll to his right. Got a lot of time. Fires that one across. It's caught by Benny Hegel. And Hegel does a nice job to move the chains for the Rams, and the 4th and 9 pays off for New Canaan.
Yeah, that's a great find from Hoffman to Hegel. And Benny Hegel, he has definitely developed as a player and as a wide receiver, really. These past few weeks, I saw he had this amazing one-handed catch down the sideline in that St. Joe's win. But just overall, we're seeing a lot more action from Benny Hegel these past couple of weeks, and I'm all for it. I think Benny's a great player, and if the Rams could really get 3 strong wide receivers to fill in the spots, obviously it was supposed to be Matt Reed really as that 3rd wide receiver, but Matt Reed obviously went down with a collarbone injury, so
yeah,
it's that next man up mentality, and now Hegel's stepping up.
So a scoreless first quarter, still at 0-0, and it's really been a defensive game, and that's what we expected heading into this one. We knew both defenses were going to do a good job, and with the defenses, one more thing about this game is the atmosphere, how great this crowd has been, and for more on that, we have Claire Hickey down on the sideline.
Yeah, guys, as we predicted, no points up yet so far for either team. I mean, a great game. The crowd is absolutely electric. Everyone is ready to see how this game plays out. The Bomb Squad came to play with the USA theme. Everyone is decked out and ready to see how this game plays out. I mean, there's really a lot of noise and lots of excitement here today at Dunning. So, yeah, guys, just great so far. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Claire, and both teams taking the field now to start the second quarter, and it's New Canaan in the red zone. They'll have the ball at about the 16-yard line, just paying off on that 4th and 9 conversion to Benny Hegel, who, as you mentioned, PJ, has really established himself these last couple weeks. So that will bring up 1st and 10 now for the Rams. We'll see what Coach Nugent's going to dial up here. So it's Stein right behind Hoffman. It's going to be a play action. He's looking right, wide open for the Rams. How about that touchdown for New Canaan, tricking everyone, and it is Mr. Ryan Brooks with the touchdown.
Yeah, that's Brooksy's 2nd touchdown this season. He caught the first one against Ridgefield, and I mean, you put him in at tight end for the Rams. Normally, you're expecting run because he is a phenomenal run blocker, but sometimes when the team's expecting run, you kind of run that play action and throw a pass over the top, and there's Brooksy wide open. No one was even marked up on him, and all it took was a good block from Koch and a touchdown for Ryan Brooks.
It fooled the whole Greenwich defense. Brooks was wide open. He lined up as a tight end there and just snuck into the flats. The extra point there is good from Neil Aurora, and it's 7-0 now for the Rams, and that is perfection, that last drive for the Rams. They're pushed back a couple of times. They get the conversions, and then the first play in the red zone, they end up scoring. And now we got to see how Greenwich will respond to some adversity.
Yeah, Greenwich, their offense has gotten off to a slow start. I think you got to get Hector Lopez more involved, right? We haven't seen too much of him, albeit we haven't seen too much of the Greenwich offense.
Yeah.
But you got to give it to your workhorse, the guy that's got it done for you all season long. If you really want to get something in, also open up the pass game. Right, we're already into the second quarter now. I don't even know if we've seen Greenwich throw a pass, or I guess they had that one on 3rd down that got broken up. But look for your guys. Look for Hudson Squires, who has really been a big target for Tarantino this season.
Yeah, so Phil Tarantino, it's been 2 drives for Greenwich, 2 3-and-outs. The New Canaan defense has done their part. So Greenwich has got to respond. I mean, this is a team I'm pretty sure, at least from what I can think, Harley hasn't trailed in a game this year. I mean, they had a game against Fairfield Prep in week 1. And I don't think they were ever trailing. They won that game pretty comfortably. So Well, pretty sure, can't 100% confirm, this could be the first time that Greenwich is trailing in a game this year, so we'll see how they respond. And
I think there was also some, I don't know if they were trailing, but it was definitely a tough game against
Norwalk, right?
Norwalk as well, yeah.
So Townsend will bring that one out. Decent return there. And the third series for Greenwich will be underway. And, you know, Coach Silvestri, when we met with Coach Marinelli today, he was talking about his defensive staff. He truly believes that he has the best defensive staff maybe in the country. You know, any high school team out there. I mean, all the coaches, and of course it's led by Chris Silvestri, the longtime defensive coordinator, of course was a star for the Rams back in the early 90s, and now he's been coaching pretty much all of his adult life, and especially for New Canaan, that you can tell, especially from this defense.
Yeah, Coach Silvestri, I saw him a couple times today actually during school. He's my gym teacher, and he didn't look too tense about this matchup, which I think is a good thing. He actually hopped into a volleyball game, which is good.
Yeah. Lopez drops the ball. Ball is out. Bunch of Rams try and jump on that one, but it looks like Lopez was able to get back on top of that one, which he was, but scary there for Greenwich. Not a team that, especially fumbling, especially on top of that with their best player, Nectar Lopez. Take a look. I think he just lost that one. Maybe was punched out or a hand was on there, but they were able to recover it. So that will be a 2nd and 5. It ended up being a 5-yard gain there for Lopez. So here's Tarantino. He's going to fake it. He's just going to run this one up the gut. He's brought down. See on the spot.
Yeah, this is going to depend on.
I mean, that's like almost on it, which would be a first down, and it will be enough for a first down on the run there from Tarantino.
Yeah, and it looks like Tarantino, he looked out wide for the screen, and he got Grayson Ladley to bite, and that was all he needed to kind of just pull and take it up the gut, because Ladley kind of peeled off, anticipating the throw, and Tarantino had enough time to just tuck it underneath and scramble.
Yeah, so that is the first down there of the night for Greenwich. You take a look, there's the New Canaan linebacking core, some of the best linebackers all around. Yeah, college commits, especially all over this defense and the team in general. So here we go. It's going to be a handoff straight to Lopez. Tries to make a nice cut. Look at all those Rams players. I mean, it's almost the whole defense shutting down Lopez there. He can only get about 1 or 2 there.
Yeah, and you know that's what we've talked about probably this entire season, Ryan, is 11 hats on the ball if you're New Canaan. And you know, just some great coaching. I'm sure Coach Silvestri probably talked about that the past 2 weeks at practice.
Yeah.
And obviously Greenwich is a very run-heavy team, and they're going to be stacking the box to kind of shut down guys like Tarantino and Hector Lopez.
So it was a gain of about 1 there. Some motion. Tarantino hands this one straight up to Lopez. And again, he's not able to get much, and it will bring up a 3rd down for Greenwich.
Yeah, Greenwich. 3rd and call it 7.
Yeah.
I think you got to let Tarantino kind of open up the offense here and start to look. You know, obviously you're probably not looking to take the top off here, but look to try and get something underneath if Buchanan sends Kroll or Brooks, but overall just got to get some.
It's a roll right, almost picked off by Esposito. Hit him right in the hands, but there's a lot of velocity.
He doesn't draw many balls. So.
Yeah, that pass did have a ton of speed on it there, so it's going to fall incomplete. And Greenwich, well, the offense still on the field right now. A little hesitation, I think, going on to the sideline. And it looks like they're staying here.
Yeah.
So they're going to go for it. 4th and 7 on their own half. It's on the 49. Esposito a little late to sub on along with Schwartz over there. I think we'll get a timeout called by New Canaan. If anything, it confused the Rams a little bit. I think taking everyone by surprise to go for it in that situation.
Yeah, it looked like Esposito and Schwartz had subbed off the field, and then you know, just kind of subbed back on a little late, but everyone was a little out of sorts there for New Canaan.
Yeah.
So I think that's a fine timeout by Coach Silvestri. You're not going to lose sleep over that, but just, you know, getting your defense settled, especially on a 4th and 7 like this, because this is a big play If you don't get it and you're Greenwich, that sets up New Canaan right at midfield basically going in, and they really drove on Greenwich last time, and it wasn't a big play that set them up. It was just ground and pound, and then mixing it up here and there with some play action. But overall, just I think this is a big play, and Greenwich, I think you got to try and look to throw it again.
Yeah. So here we go, 4th and 7. New Canaan student section getting into it over there. It's going to be Tarantino. He's got Lopez right behind him. He's also flanked to his right, so you got 2 in the backfield. It's a 3 wide receiver set. So here we go, 4th and 7. There's some movement, but we'll see. Might have been a whistle before a flag. So
I think they're talking about the play clock.
Yeah, maybe they're just trying to organize that. There was a little movement going on there for both teams, so maybe lucky that
I don't think that would have changed much.
Yeah. So 4th and 7 now. Tarantino. See blitz getting shown there from the Rams. Here we go. Oh, he just does the little pooch punt. Oh, that's an incredible amount of hang time. It's going to actually be a pretty decent roll. So how about a little punt from the quarterback there? Phil Tarantino will boot that one down, and Greenwich defense will come out there. And you got to say, it's good deception there from Greenwich, thinking everyone's going to run a play and then just punt it.
Yeah, definitely. And I wonder if they've had that one kind of drawn up for a while. Definitely an interesting play to say the least, but I think that almost benefits New Canaan because you're getting the ball back. You have all the momentum. You force Greenwich to punt it once again. I think that's what, 1 first down?
Yeah.
Through 3 drives for Greenwich, so definitely a good start for the New Canaan defense.
So it will be the Rams offense take the field again. It will be Hoffman with motion from Koch. Hoffman hands that one up to Stein. He's met immediately there in the backfield by Greenwich. So doing a nice job there to get a stop. And Greenwich does have a great defensive line.
Yeah, this Greenwich defense, I think that linebacking core, that defensive line, and those edges really all just kind of put together are, have a chance at being the best defense in the state. I think New Canaan really has the same, almost story, though. I think New Canaan's secondary might be a little bit stronger, which might give them a little bit more of a nod, but it really just comes down to opinion.
Yeah. So Hoffman by himself. He's going to fake it to Esposito on the swing. He's looking deep. He's firing. He's got McInerney wide open. Oh, just out of reach for James McInerney. He had a step over that entire defense and a missed opportunity for the Rams.
Yeah, that was a great read from Hoffman. And I saw him step up in the pocket. You're going to see right about here on the pump fake, he has all the room in the world. He could have taken off and ran that. And then you see him dial it up, look deep, and you've got McInerney streaking down the field with really nobody around him. And if that was just a little bit, softer, and or if McInerney was just a little bit faster, then all of a sudden that's a 14-0 ball game.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, McInerney was running pretty much full speed there, so Hoffman just put a little too much air under it. And we'll bring up a 3rd and 10 now for the Rams. Again, Hoffman will be by himself. No back. He's dropping back. He's firing it towards that sideline, towards Esposito.
Like
not Esposito, Benny Hegel, excuse me. But
like
that
he
one
almost
will,
made another
one
catch.
Yes, that one for Benny Hegel. That will go incomplete, and Greenwich doing their job there, forcing a 3 and out. So Perticello to punt. Back for Greenwich is Max Townsend. So Perticello, a little bit of pressure there from Greenwich. That one just goes almost straight out of bounds there, and Greenwich will already have some of their best
field
field
position. It looked like it was going
position.
to go out of bounds, and then it landed right on the hash and just kind of stayed there.
Yeah, so Greenwich will start just beyond the 50-yard line here, so some good starting field position for the Cardinals. Canaan up 7-0 with about 7:44 left to go in the second quarter, and it's got to be the Greenwich offense, and I think, PJ, they got to get Hector Lopez going somehow.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think, Lopez has been really the entirety of, or I shouldn't call it the entirety, but he has been a very, very large part of the Greenwich offense, and, almost 800 yards through 5 games is nothing short of extraordinary. And then when you add another 7 rushing touchdowns and 2 more receiving, it is really a big feat in its own.
Yeah, so Lopez will get that one. He'll get ahead a little bit for a gain of a couple.
Yeah, and if I'm Greenwich, I'm just handing it off to Hector once again and seeing what he could get to set up maybe a 3rd and short, or maybe even just get you another first down.
Yeah, so Lopez got about 4 there. 2nd and 6. I mean, remember, you learn this in youth football, 4 yards every play. If you do that up and down the field, eventually you get a touchdown at some point. So they'll take that if they're Greenwich and work it up. Almost the same identical play to Lopez there. It's not going to get 4 yards, though, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and short, and it seems like almost every drive, Greenwich are constantly in these positions.
Yeah, and it looks like Jack Kroll in there on the tackle for the Rams. And what did I say earlier? It's either Kroll or Brooks seemingly on every single tackle, and you can't draw it up much better if you're in Canaan. You get 2 of the best, almost heat-seeking linebackers in the league, in the state. Both these guys really find the ball and are able to blow up a play in really an instant.
So it could be 4-down territory for Greenwich. A little motion. It's a fake to Lopez. It's going to be a screen out there to Jack Kelly, and Kelly's going to get stuffed by the Rams. Ton of hats to the ball. Blake Schwartz got there at the end, and it's going to bring up a 4th down, and we'll see what Greenwich wants to do here. I mentioned 4-down territory, and it looks like that offense is staying out in the field.
Yeah, I think it was Ryan Brooks who initially got back there. Yes, it was. He was able, he went in just kind of anticipating a run, and then saw the throw on the swing out wide and was able to blow it up there as well.
So it's on the far hash for Greenwich. Could be another one of these punts here. Looks like he was
gonna
going to do it,
yeah,
but some flags fly in there. Looks like a false start on Greenwich, so now the actual punt unit will come out for the Cardinals, but they're going to do the same thing anyways with Tarantino.
Yeah, so it's basically just trading in a trick punt for a real punt.
Yeah, so McInerney and Heagle, the 2 back there. It's going to go to Heagle. He catches this one on the run. He's had a nice head of steam there. He'll go down at around the 35 over there. So punted away by Greenwich, and it will be the new Canaan offense yet again.
Yeah, that was good return by Heagle. Like you said, about catching it on the run, and he only had a couple defenders to beat on that side. Looked like really the entire Greenwich punt team went on the right side, and Heagle caught it along the left sideline and just took it all the way.
So it will be Hoffman. That last drive, he wants that throw to James McInerney back. He had him wide open, just missed him by about a yard. Could be 14-0 for the Rams, but we're still at 7-0 for Hoffman. See if they'll get Stein back and going. It's a play action, quick, almost RPO. And that one is nice and easy, moving the chains for the Rams. That one over to the man who caught the punt, Benny Heagle.
Yeah, it seems like we've said Benny Heagle's name a lot today. Definitely his best start to a game, at least that I've seen through the first quarter and a half or so. And I think that takes the pressure off of Hoffman having a good 3rd receiver, but also the other 2 guys in Koch and Esposito, who are always drawing kind of those better matchups outside.
Stein gets that one to the far right on that halfback sweep. He's not going to get too many, though, and he'll bring up a 2nd down. And you mentioned that Canaan loves to run those kind of RPOs where everyone's drawn to Stein. They love to run it, especially after a handoff to Stein. So get that whole defense situated on the halfback and then throw one of those quick slants. Normally it's to Esposito, but we saw in that last one it was to Hegel, and then yet another jump. No, I think they're going to get a false start on the Rams. Definite movement was from Greenwich, but someone moved on that Rams offensive line.
Yeah, and you can't have that because now that goes from being 2nd and 8 to 2nd and 13 or so. But definitely not what you want if you're the Rams, because now that probably changes up your strategy a little bit. Right before you're thinking, okay, run or maybe a nice swing pass or a screen outside, but now you're probably thinking pass if you're New Canaan.
Yeah, so bunch set here. Esposito is going to motion out to the left, and yet another flag. This one's going to go against the Rams again. It might have been a delay. Yeah, it was a delay game, so that's the second delay game this game. Jumping up the words a bit, but now it's going to push New Canaan back even more, and Coach Marinelli cannot be too happy about that one.
No, I'm sure he's not. And now I think if you're New Canaan, you're definitely passing it. Maybe, you know, you think about throwing a screen out to Stein and letting him get a couple blockers outside, but
well, there's the screen. This time to Esposito, not Stein. He's got a little bit of movement over there, and he'll get brought down there by Brando Craven. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Rams now.
Yeah, now it's basically 3rd and 10. So if you do the same thing again, you'll probably get close, but I'd imagine New Canaan maybe opens it up a little bit more. And I'd like to see a pass to Jake Valente here. I don't think that we have really said Jake's name all too much these past few games, and I'd like to see the Rams get him involved a little bit more.
So Esposito again by himself on the bottom of your screen. Hoffman, he's going to step up into it. He's got Charlie Koch, and it's caught by Koch. Down the left sideline, breaking one, juking it. Touchdown, New Canaan, and it's Charlie Koch. The junior gets the whole crowd on their feet, and pending the extra point, could be 14-0 here.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal find from Hoffman. You saw Koch over top, and it was almost a foot race to the end zone for Koch, and him being a track star is good odds for him, especially against the linebacker in Para. And then it was that safety coming in over top, looked like it was Galandio, and Koch just made a nice move in the open field.
That is poetry in motion for the Rams right there. Charlie Koch doing it all. He caught that one on the run. He had to adjust a little bit and made 2 moves and was able to score. As Aurora's extra point over the net. Watch out for the cars over there. Don't want to get a dent going on, but it's 14-0 for the Rams with about 3:37 left to go in the second quarter, and this is ideal to the max for New Canaan.
Yeah, and who would have thought New Canaan has 2 passing touchdowns in a game against Greenwich? Definitely not me. I think, though, just a great find to Koch, and then the other one to Ryan Brooks was a great play design. The Rams really utilizing the run well, and Greenwich, it seems like every single play is almost anticipating a run from Canaan, and that is opening the pass game a lot more.
So Aurora and this Rams special teams unit will come out to boot. And the Greenwich offense and Phil Tarantino and the boys got to get something going, because the last thing you want to do is go into halftime scoreless. So here's Aurora. We'll boot this one down there, caught by Townsend. He's got a little head of steam. He's going to move this one to the left side, and he's brought down by New Canaan, just shy of that 30-yard line over there, and it will be the Rams defense coming out again, and they have done a spectacular job tonight, PJ.
Yeah, seems like Ryan Brooks and Jack Kroll, I'm going to say it again, are in on every single tackle. Those two are definitely making a big difference in this one. But I think kind of the unsung heroes is that D-line of Shane Whartonby, Ryan Francis, and Michael Harris. Those 3 are really blowing up every single run play, and are also in on seemingly every single tackle, at least in the run game.
So Tarantino in this Cardinals offense. See what they can get going on here. He's got Squires by himself on the bottom. It's going to be a quick handoff to Hector Lopez, and he is instantly brought down by one of those Rams players, and that is how you want to do it if you're New Canaan. And great tackle by Mikey Hierman.
Yeah, and that's why he's a captain for a reason. It's because Hierman, he's got that grit. He's got, that intensity you see after the play. He's kind of another guy like Stein, right, where they hype themselves up and give him a little bit of juice after a big play. And Hierman, he plays through a lot of adversity. Last year in the state championship game, it was actually in warm-ups that I think he sprained his MCL.
Yeah.
And he played the whole entire game and played phenomenally. But just, a guy who's really got true heart.
Tarantino, that QB draw, that pile's still getting pushed. He's going to get awfully close to that first down marker. Will be just shy. Or I lied, he got the first down actually. I think it was that extra push that was able to get Tarantino to there, and that's a couple times that Greenwich has been able to get a first down off of those QB powers.
Yeah, Greenwich, they like to run the ball with Lopez, but can't do that all game long, and Tarantino is a great backup plan.
So quick, Tarantino is rolling to his right. He's going to fire this one deep down the field. McInerney in coverage, and that one goes incomplete. It was intended for Dan Black, and a great job by the senior James McInerney to stop that one.
Yeah, that's some great coverage by McInerney. It was one-on-one for Black over the top. I don't mind the throw from Tarantino. I think it's a pretty good look. Just finding that over top, and McInerney being a safety kind of only caught on to that a little bit later, so he probably looked a little bit more open when Tarantino threw the ball than the end result, but good defense by McInerney overall, and those one-on-one balls, you're not going to bring in all of them.
Yeah.
Not even Andrew Esposito.
So here's Lopez, got a nice boost of speed on that left side. Will get close to that first down marker, and will be another one of these third downs. And not often do we see Greenwich get these first downs on, first or second down. They normally take it to these third downs, and these third and shorts especially. So Greenwich gets to the line quickly. Almost trying to get the Rams to jump maybe.
And don't be surprised if they just kind of give this to Hector Lopez and try to let him kind of break something, although I think this New Canaan defense has kind of balled them up all game.
Oh, it's going to be a roll right for Tarantino. He's hit while he's throwing, and it's incomplete. It was Ryan Brooks who got in there to force the incompletion, and looks like Greenwich is just going to have to punt this one again.
Yeah, and I think this should be a PSA for all future opponents of New Canaan. You cannot roll out to Ryan Brooks' side on a pass play, or else your quarterback will get blown up.
Yeah.
We saw it multiple times against Bunnell, against Ridgefield, and now against Greenwich. Brooksy is like a heat-seeking missile, and if you're rolling out and leaving your quarterback in open space, he's going to pay for it.
So that punt away, it's going to be a roller. Greenwich will down that one at around the 25-yard line. And going back to the last one, Ryan Brooks wasn't even blitzing on that play. He was in coverage, and he saw the rollout from Tarantino, and he shot in there, like a missile. He was able to get a nice hit there on Tarantino. So the Rams offense will once again take the field.
Looks like there was a flag on the play. I could not quite tell you. Didn't look like it was necessarily in the play.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're. Looks like the New Canaan coaches are pointing in their direction, which is a good signal for them. However, looks like it's going to start off as first and 20. Maybe not. Oh no! Looks like, yeah, they moved the chains up, so it's going to be 15. I don't know.
Yeah, we're just doing some free ball.
I guess it looks like it's 15 yards from the spot. So
yeah.
New Canaan,
Yeah,
instead
that'll
of starting
play.
on the 25, will start on the 40.
Yeah, so New Canaan will get some nice field position on the 40-yard line. Minute 15 left to go in this first half, and the Rams can end with some points. I mean, that would be maybe the best first half that they could have scripted out. So 1st and 10 now. It's Hoffman. It's going to be a play action. It's going to be the rollout to Charlie Koch, and Koch will get out of bounds fairly quickly there. So Hoffman doing a nice job there. You see rolling Allen just finding Koch, who scored the touchdown the last drive for the Rams. So bringing up a 2nd and 6 now is a gain of 4. So here's Hoffman dropping back. He's got Valente on the bubble. He's going to find Koch fairly quickly. It's going to be short of the sticks, though, and that clock will still be running. New Canaan's got to get to this ball quickly. Under a minute left to go now. So Hoffman getting the receivers in order. Koch is going to his left now. So it's trips left. Eagle by himself up top. Fires the screen. There's Jake Valente with his first touch of the night. And that spot should be enough for a first down, which it is, but that
clock will stop for a little bit until they get the chain set. But New Canaan, the one thing that you can't do here in the 2-minute drill is kind of make those silly mistakes, right? You can't have too many men on the line. You can't have a false start or an offsides, nothing like that. So even though you're hustling and you're rushing to the line, you still have to stay composed and make sure you don't make any silly mistakes.
Yeah, so that one was incomplete. It was fired a little too quickly for Koch there, so that stops the clock with 33 seconds left. So Hoffman has got Stein to his left. See Hegel, Koch, and Esposito along with Valente there. Drops back. Hoffman, he's looking deep. He's got a lot of time. He's firing the crosser to Hegel, and that just goes over his head. It'll take about 6 seconds off the clock there, so 27 seconds now left to go in the half.
Yeah, and now that brings up 3rd down for New Canaan. So, 27 seconds left. You wonder if even they throw this ball or if they try and run it and kind of just send it into halftime.
Yeah, the Rams still got a couple timeouts in their back pocket. So we'll see what they can do with 27 seconds. Hoffman play action to Stein. Little blitz. He's going to throw this one deep. 1-on-1 to Charlie Koch. And there's a flag on Greenwich, it looks like, for some pass interference. It's probably a shove there on the back of Charlie Koch. Looks like that was Wim McCarthy back in coverage.
Yeah, definitely a shove. Koch went up for the ball and it looked like he had a pretty good line on it almost, and then just kind of got pushed in the back. And I don't think that's a spot foul. I think that's 15 yards from the original line.
Yeah,
and I guess the clock keeps running. So New Canaan called a timeout. 21 seconds left. As we take another look at that, you see kind of just a shove in the back right there. And McCarthy turned around, kind of, I guess, hoping not to see a flag, and then threw his hands up when he did.
Yeah.
But, no, that was definitely a flag, right call by the officials.
Yeah, so about a 15-yard penalty there. And McCarthy, even with the flag, still a chance of the interception there, and he did drop it. So didn't matter either way alongside that. But New Canaan calling timeout, going over in the huddle. They got 21 seconds left to go. So we'll see if they can get anything going, add on some points to what has really been a almost perfect first half so far. So obviously we have a nice, beautiful scoreboard here in New Canaan. Dunning Field this past summer was introducing a new scoreboard, and the hashtag, if anyone wants to use it out there, it would be much appreciated. Hashtag New Canaan Scoreboard. PJ, I know that.
We know you're listening to us, all right? We know that you also come to these games at Dunning. So whenever you're out here, even if we're not in the booth on the call, you know, if it's like a soccer or field hockey, or even in the spring lacrosse game, please remember to tweet out #New Canaan Scoreboard.
Yes, would be much appreciated if
or
anyone out there.
Or if anyone's watching in the stands right now.
Yeah, would be much appreciated. Hoffman drops back, almost intercepted there. I think he tried to find Esposito. It was Michael Golden, the defensive end, who tried to dive to that one, but that will be incomplete, but only running 3 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, and it looked like a mid-screen to Esposito, and Golden was there, but also the linebacker Justin Carroll was right in the mix as well.
So 18 seconds left for the Rams. Esposito right now standing next to Hoffman. Might be a little late getting the signal over there. Esposito is not sure on what he's supposed to be doing. This might result in a timeout, which it will. It's going to be by Greenwich, though, but there's some miscommunication by the Rams, and Esposito a little upset. I don't think he got the signal.
Yeah. It looked like he kept asking for it again, and I don't know. I guess it just kind of gave him the wrong thing, or mixed signals, something like that. But just going back to that drop on the screen, I think just looking at it, that might have been the best case scenario for New Canaan, because if Esposito caught that, he probably would have been tackled basically right on the spot by Carroll.
Yeah.
So, you know, it saves you a timeout if you're New Canaan, saves you a couple seconds, which with 18 left in the first half, definitely very crucial.
Yeah. So the Rams will go it over. Looks like one of those guys, you know, some of the backup quarterbacks, Quinn Jens is one of those guys giving the signals, so maybe just a little miscommunication between him and some of the receivers out there. But now New Canaan back out on the field. Hopefully they got all their signals down for this big play. Ball's on the 34-yard line, so not field goal range yet for New Canaan. They want to try and get a couple more to get it in the range for Aurora. So it will be Esposito in the backfield, the Hoffman's left. No Stein to be seen on this play. Hoffman trying to get a little hard count working. He fires that one super quick. Intended for Benny Heagle. That one falls incomplete. Now 14 seconds left to go, and it'll bring up a third down.
Yeah, and last time on third down, we saw that big look over top to Charlie Koch. He wasn't able to reel it in, but you know, I wonder if the Rams might consider going deep here, because what was it, maybe 2 third downs ago when you know, that was when Koch scored on the catch, and then he had some running room after it.
So here we go, 3rd and 10 for the Rams. Esposito and Koch, the receivers, to Hoffman's left, and you got to imagine he might be looking that way. But Heagle is lined up along with Valente on the right side. Some corner blitz by Greenwich. Hoffman taking a lot of time. That might be grounding. Greenwich wants the call. Refs might have to talk about this one, but if not, it will just go in as an incomplete pass. But that Greenwich sideline is fuming. They want a grounding call.
Doesn't look like they're going to get it.
Might, though. These refs are going
if
over.
The refs
we'll see.
Throw it, I guess so.
We'll see. They're talking about it, so. And there it is. Flag is thrown for intentional grounding on Hoffman, and that is the worst case scenario for the Rams. That's going to push them way back there and now out of points range entirely.
Yeah, and this might be the longest 9 seconds of football I might have ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah. So that's going to put the ball back to the 47-yard line. So if you want to try a 64-yarder, you know, you could do it, and you'll see if Neil's got the leg.
If Neil could hit that.
But Perticello will be the one to punt it. He could definitely get it through the uprights here. If only punts counted as 3 points if you were able to get him through.
Yeah.
He's got the leg. Right now, Greenwich doesn't even have a guy back there. I think they're just fine with letting Perticello boot this one deep, and they're totally content with letting it go to the halftime. There we go. All right. A little late. Hunter Woods going back there for Greenwich, but I mean, barring a miracle punt return touchdown or a muff or something like that, we'll most likely be going to halftime Well, let's extend it a little more, PJ, these 9 seconds. Timeout by Greenwich over there. So 9 seconds is turning close to 9 minutes maybe by the end of all this.
Yeah, this is definitely a long final 2 minutes. And it looked like it was moving pretty quick. New Canaan was chugging up the field, running no huddle and getting plays off quickly, and then all of a sudden it just all stopped, and we have been at
it's like poof.
Either 18 seconds or 9 seconds for maybe what?
Good amount of time,
five combined minutes, maybe even more. 5 minutes is fast. So.
The never-ending game.
Yeah. Could you imagine if a football game went on like this forever? Nothing would ever.
That would,
they would maybe get 4 viewers, in the NFL.
Yeah. So back there for Greenwich is the usual returner, Max Townsend. Perticello will boot this one. We'll see if we'll go for the touchback or just try and pin Greenwich even further back. Not that they'd really do too much with the time left. A booming punt from Perticello. Let's see if he can get a nice roll, which of course he does, because that is how good that he is. They'll down that in bounds, and that will do it. So there we go. The 9 seconds are gone. Finally got to the end of there, and that will do it for the first half.
Looks like the ref is telling the New Canaan sideline to stay. Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe.
Greenwich
is leaving, so we can't really do too much about that one.
Oh, he's just letting Greenwich get to the locker room first.
All right, that'd be bad
like
if
he
he
was
was
telling him to stay.
Kind of stop him pretty quickly there, but no can do. So a nice first half for the Rams. They're up 14-0, and I mean it's been going their way entirely, and it's been a great job by that Rams defense for both halves, and that offense in the first and second quarter. They've been able to open up the passing game especially, but you can't do the passing game without the rushing attack that started early on with Henry Stein. And right now we have Claire Hickey down on the sideline with Henry Stein.
Henry, for 2 defensive teams, this has been a really great game so far. You guys are up 14-0, and you've had a lot of runs. You must be happy with your team.
I'm very happy with my team. We do need to execute on some plays. I missed some reads. We got to work better as a team for sure. Not point the blame, which is we're kind of falling on that side right now. But I know my team is we're gonna bounce back, and we're gonna try to bury Greenwich right now. I know we're only up 14. But we're gonna try to pile some more points up and stay strong.
Okay, great. Best luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Thank you, Claire. Nice one from Henry Stein. He'll run off on the field, and that will do it for the first half at Dunning Stadium. It's New Canaan 14, Greenwich 0. Don't go anywhere. We're going to send this away to sponsors, and we'll be back to start the second half.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Quest Builders Group, a general contracting, construction management, and consulting company who proudly supports all of our high school athletes. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile. You're in good hands. We thank Platinum sponsor Frangione Engineering. Planning on putting in a pool or an addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Frangione Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet, who have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist with all of your automotive needs. We thank Platinum sponsor Manfredi Jewels. Manfredi Jewels, your local official Rolex jeweler, is excited to continue carrying the finest jewelry and watch brands, and welcome the New Canaan community into their newly renovated store this fall. Go Rams! Platinum sponsor Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company serving all of Fairfield County. We thank Platinum sponsor Walter Stewart's. Walter Stewart's Market has supported NC Rams athletics and the entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. We also thank our platinum sponsor, Hoyt Livery, for 30 plus years of service. We would like to thank our gold sponsor, Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commissioned residential and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We thank another gold sponsor, Club Sandwich, a family-owned deli right here in town serving the New Canaan community since 1986. They are a proud sponsor of the New Canaan community and all of our sports teams. And we thank NC Graphics LLC, a gold sponsor who is a constant supporter of the NCHS Booster Club. They are a custom graphics company located right here in New Canaan for all of your logo designing needs. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Go Rams!
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half here at Dunning Stadium in New Canaan, where the number 1 New Canaan Rams are taking on the number 2 Greenwich Cardinals. Thank you, everyone, for watching here on NCTV. And PJ, was a great first half. New Canaan up 14-0, and it was the defense that, as always, is the star for the Rams. And then it goes to that offense. And how about 2 passing touchdowns for New Canaan?
Yeah, the Rams. It was really the run game that did open up the pass. However, the Rams, they've been feeding Henry Stein, who Claire Hickey talked to before the halftime. But I think really it's been just a great offensive showing from the Rams, and the defense has been even better. And Greenwich, they need to get something going. We have not seen Hector Lopez as much as one would really anticipate. So I'd expect a lot more out to him. And, if you can't get him open in the running game, maybe you throw some screens out to him or some swing passes, but just something to get him involved.
And for the Rams, PJ, and what do they got to do in the second half to kind of maintain what they had started in that first half?
I think just kind of clock management, controlling the time of possession. You have a 2-touchdown lead against a very good team. Your defense is one of the best in the state. Probably, has an argument for being the best in the state. So, just kind of keep confidence in the defense and don't give Greenwich enough time to come back.
Yeah, so should have some highlights to roll shortly, but in the meantime, Greenwich taking the field a little earlier. And here we go. Here's the highlight tape from early on. It was Henry Stein who started out this game early. That play was crazy. Stumbled a couple times and was able to stay on his feet and pick up a first down. Let me move it on a little bit. It was Hoffman dropping back, and that one was incomplete, intended for Charlie Koch. And then a little later on, this is that huge 4th and 9 conversion. Hoffman rolls to his right, and he finds Benny Hegel. So they were able to convert. And then the first play, right after that completion, they switched sides of the field. And it was Hoffman on the little boot. He found Ryan Brooks, who was wide open. That was a nice Ram score there. And then, PJ, what else do we see from our highlights here after this one?
Yeah, you see Brooksy's touchdown, of course. Now we got the kickoff from Neil Aurora. This is not live, by the way.
Yeah. If anything,
it might look like it's live, but no.
Just highlights.
This is the kickoff. I think this was the return that got a little bit extra from Townsend.
Yep.
Yeah, so we got out to the 35 on that one. Overall, a very gritty game, though. I don't think that, we're not seeing the explosive plays. This is Lopez getting a couple. That was actually the fumble that Greenwich did also recover. Yeah. But, really the only chance at or I guess Esposito had a chance at a pick maybe, but really the only 2 opportunities for either team to get a takeaway.
Yeah. And I think one thing that I like to see, I'm sure you like to see, the student section is still here.
Yeah.
Finally, this is what we needed for New Canaan. We've been called out recently the last couple of weeks for the students leaving at halftime. I'd say I'm sure not everyone's still here, but good amount of the student body still here, after halftime. And this should be fun. The crowd is still great. Atmosphere has been great this whole game. Honestly, all our 4 years, besides the Turkey Bowl maybe, this might be the best atmosphere that we've seen because at least the people are still here. So, this is definitely living up to the hype.
I think this atmosphere beats the atmosphere of last year's Turkey Bowl, albeit
it's downpour.
That was not good conditions, especially for 10 o'clock on a Thursday morning.
Yeah.
But I think this is a great environment, and obviously I think the magnitude of the matchup helps that a lot.
Yeah.
You see the New Canaan student section. Greenwich has a section, which you don't see a lot in New Canaan, the opposing team having a section. I remember Wilton did it a couple years ago, and then obviously Darien always brings one out for the Turkey Bowl. But outside of that, really you don't see that too often. So
yeah,
I think it's nice to see from Greenwich. Obviously, probably not the best stands to do a section. The opposing stands are fairly compact.
Yeah.
But I think they definitely filled it up with or those Halloween costumes, I guess.
Yeah,
Halloween's coming up next week.
Yeah. So
on Thursday, is it?
I think it's Friday this year.
Is it Friday? Oh, yeah.
So, crowd is packed. A lot of viewers. We had 800 live viewers. I know a couple old NCTV, old players probably watching. I know Henry Lapin and Rob Frangione out at IU right now. They're tuning into the game. So much appreciated with everyone watching. And we are underway for the second half. That one will go deep, caught by McNerney at around the 5-yard line, and he'll get this one going. Almost suplex down there around the 25, and the New Canaan offense will come out. It was an ideal first half for them. You know, as I mentioned, they set up that ground game with Stein, and then the 2 passing touchdowns to Ryan Brooks and Charlie Koch, and now New Canaan will try and extend this to a 3-score game.
Yeah, and just going back to that kickoff, it looked like it was Henry Wall, the kicker, who made the contact on that one. But, yeah, this New Canaan offense, I'd like to see them get the run game involved a little bit more. It looks like they got Jack Kroll going in, perhaps in the backfield, to run the ball. Kroll, a great athlete, Princeton lacrosse commit. We've seen him this entire game on the defensive side. And I guess they're giving Stein a little bit of a break. Of course, Finn Mako out tonight, so it's good to get Kroll some looks.
So Kroll will get the initial handoff. He'll get that one. Not too much, maybe a yard if anything, but New Canaan in that first half really shocking everyone. Known as a ground game kind of team. They can get the pass going at certain times. I mean, similar to Greenwich with the ground game, but there's those 2 passing touchdowns from the Rams, and we'll see what they'll do in the second half, try and continue it. Was a gain of 2 there from Kroll. So it's going to be a stretch out to Kroll on that far left side. He'll get brought down over there by that, Greenwich linebacking core into the secondary over there. That's going to bring up an early 3rd down now for the Rams.
Yeah, and I like this move of putting Jack Kroll in the backfield. I think just considering what we've seen from New Canaan in years past, right, putting a guy like Mike Smith or Luke Reed in that jumbo set, I have a feeling that's going to be Jack Kroll back there next year.
Yeah.
So good to get him some reps out of the backfield right now.
So it's going to be a 3rd and 6 for the Rams. First one of the second half early on. Greenwich is showing some pressure. Hoffman. See how we'll deal with this one. Low snap. It's caught one-on-one. He's got a step on him. Is Andrew Esposito. How about that catch from the star senior Esposito? Didn't have too much going on in that first half, but he breaks free there. Little separation is all he needs, and that is exactly how to get it going for the Rams.
Yeah, Esposito, like you said, Bell, he had a step on him, and all of a sudden, just great catch from Esposito.
Rams going tempo. That one's a fake, caught by Valente. Forward progress will put him at around the 28-yard line there, so about 7 yards. They're moving it quickly. A little hurry-up offense now for the Rams on top of that Esposito catch, and then Valente right there. So here's Hoffman. We'll slow it down, hand off to Stein, gets by 1, and then is brought down by Isaiah McDonald. That one goes quickly for the Rams. Again, this tempo definitely surprising this Greenwich defense a bit.
Yeah, New Canaan just pushing the pace here. Hoffman and Stein out of the backfield. I'd like to see an RPO in the next couple of plays.
That one goes very quickly to Esposito, and New Canaan is just moving it slowly but surely down the field. Moving the chains there for a first down. And they get to the line quickly as they have been to start this half. Hoffman's going to hand this one off to Stein. He goes up that middle gap. The ball came out, it seems like, and Greenwich falls on it. What a drive for the Rams, and it goes all the way away with a fumble from Henry Stein. And that's exactly what Greenwich needed there, Peach.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that happens when you're running the hurry up is that your players are gassed, and all it takes is one fumble to ruin a drive. Coach Marinelli, we've talked to him, and it seems like the last couple times we talked to him, he's thought that New Canaan has the pieces to win the game, but you never know who's going to fumble, who's going to bobble a pass, and all of a sudden it's an interception. So it's really these sudden change situations that make or break a game, and right here is one of them, and Greenwich capitalizing, and now we got to see how they respond.
So Lopez gets that handoff. The ball just come out again. I think they're saying he's down by contact, though. Ball did come out. Everyone just yelled. See, the offense was running out there.
Yeah,
they heard the screams, but they can go back over to the tent over there. Down by contact was Hector Lopez. That would have been something if New Canaan fumbles. Next play is a Greenwich fumble. So Greenwich will have it at their own 9, 2nd and 7. That Stein fumble very costly. Last year especially, he dealt with a lot of fumbles. He's had a really good job this year with ball security, but he just loses one there. So we'll see if Greenwich can get anything going off of the turnover. So here's Tarantino, heavy pressure. He's just got to fire that one quickly. And I mean, the Rams, I think it was Jack Kroll there with that kind of A-gap pressure. He's looking to find Michael Golden there. And now a big 3rd down, and the New Canaan crowd getting on their feet.
Yeah, that was great pressure, and it was Golden who turned around, and it was just a little bit too late because Tarantino had to get that ball out quick with the pressure from Kroll.
So 3rd and 7, Greenwich getting the signals from their far sideline, their student section all the way on their own end there so they can see the action nice and close. So there's going to be a swing pass over there. It's got a lot of room on that far side. It's going to be enough for a 1st down and way more. And it looks like that one's number 2, Jack Kelly. Mostly a linebacker, but he also gets some touches at halfback, and that's a nice play there from Greenwich.
Yeah, Greenwich, they like to use Kelly as more of a power back from what I've seen. They put him in the Wildcat a little bit. They don't do a jumbo set like New Canaan, but they do like to put him out of the backfield and let him kind of chug out some yards, especially down on the goal line. He's pretty good. But, just getting a guy like that who's athletic, who can play linebacker, kind of a similar build to Esposito is always good to have.
So 1st and 10 on the 28. It's a drop back for Tarantino. He fires. That one's completed. And finally a little something going for Greenwich. Just to around the 50-yard line there. It's Hudson Squires. And that is what Greenwich needs. So if there's a Ram slow to get up.
Looks like it's Esposito.
Oh, that's not good if you're New Canaan. Oh, it's really not good. He's holding that wrist right now. And a big play there from Greenwich. Could get even worse. Hopefully Esposito's all right, but he looks really shaken up right now. He's grabbing that right wrist. He's going over to the sideline.
It's definitely not good if you're New Canaan. Not a lot to say, just hope he's all right. He's got some of the best trainers in the state with Corey and Shayna down there, so hopefully they're taking good care of him.
Yeah,
I'm sure
so
they are.
Be next man up mentality for the Rams. I mean, they still got their usuals. You got McInerney, Marsili there. Schwartz, this is going to be a drop back for Tarantino. They're going to target Marsili early on here. A lot of contact, and the ref's going to throw his flag. They target Dante Marsili. And Greenwich will draw the pass interference, and this is by far the best drive of the game for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that was definitely a deep ball. Looked like just one-on-one coverage. Tarantino thought that he had a favorable look to Kelly outside. Kelly, a do-it-all athlete for the Cardinals, and looked like that ball was a little bit overthrown. I wouldn't have necessarily been mad if the referees didn't throw that flag because it was out of reach, but not saying that was the right call, not saying it was the wrong call, because both of them definitely did get tangled up and Kelly went down on the play, but looked like it might have been a little bit overthrown.
Yeah, so Marsili, we're going to watch that matchup. He's one-on-one with Erdelia. New Canaan moves that defensive line quickly. Here's Hector Lopez. Again, this New Canaan defensive line is doing a great job of neutralizing Lopez. I mean, maybe one run, but I don't think he has very many runs, like over 5 to 6 yards, Peach.
Yeah, this New Canaan front seven, it seems like every single play maybe we're talking about this New Canaan front seven. And Ryan Brooks and Jack Kroll and Ryan Francis, Mikey Hiraman and everybody else inside there, just stopping the run and putting some pressure on the pass.
So 2nd and 7 now. It's Lopez again. He's trying to move his feet, but everyone on the ball there. You see Kroll, you see Brooks, Mike Harris. Everyone getting involved, so now a 3rd down for Greenwich. Got to convert this one.
Yeah, and Greenwich 3rd and 5. So, maybe against other teams you would think about just running this ball with Lopez if you're Greenwich, or Tarantino on maybe a draw. But the way that this New Canaan defense has played so far, I think this is a pass-only spot.
Lopez running out in motion. There might have been something early going on. Tarantino's going to fire. He's got a wide open man. It's Hudson Squires. And Greenwich have moved this one to just about the 10-yard line, a little bit inside, and they're going a little quick to the line of scrimmage, now taking their time.
Yeah, and Squires, that's his main target, Tarantino. So, I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that matchup, or I guess connection more so far this game, but I think it's definitely going to come out, especially with Esposito being out of the game now. So
Tarantino is going to be by himself. Lopez motioned out to his right. It's going to be that QB draw, and he is met by Kroll, and then the rest of the Rams to take him down. And there is a Ram down in the field. Can't tell who it is right now, but this will be the 2nd guy down for New Canaan on this possession.
Looks like that might be Wharton B, though I'm not 100% sure.
I see Coach Silvestri and the medical staff getting out to him. So the New Canaan defense has got to go over to the sideline, and with Silvestri tending the down Ram, defense has got to get it going on now. See from the replay, cut away a little bit there.
I will say I think New Canaan has been very fortunate with the injuries up to this point. So these two definitely going to shape the complexity of this New Canaan team, but I think overall, it's that next man up mentality, and this New Canaan program has so much depth in it that even if a couple guys go down, there's still a very strong squad, very strong program.
Yeah.
As that is Shane Whartonby walking off the field. Looks like he needs a little bit of help, but the Rams have a great D-line that could fill that gap for Whartonby, at least now, or maybe for future games, depending on the severity.
Yeah, I hope Shane's all right. One of the nicest kids all around.
Definitely.
I mean,
he's actually, call it the luck of the Irish. He has
never
never lost
a
championship.
Here's Tarantino. He's going to end up running this one, and even with Whartonby out, that New Canaan defensive line gets to Tarantino, and they're calling a flag on that one. Might be unnecessary roughness on Ryan Francis there for bringing down Tarantino. We'll officially wait for the call, but that flag, I mean, it'd be hard to see if it's something other than that.
Yeah,
it is. Wow.
I can't believe that call.
I mean, his momentum's going. I know he's trying. I know you're supposed to try and let him go there, but I mean, he's still trying to wrap up and finish that tackle. And that momentum going forward too. That's a tough play to ask a big guy like Ryan Francis on the D-line to stop that one. So a penalty, just another one for the Rams this drive, is the pass interference that kept this drive going, and then unnecessary roughness on Francis. So the ball will be on the 8-yard line. Looks like that actually might be around the 5, if anything.
Looks like the refs meeting up.
Yeah, they're talking about it. I'm not sure if it's about the call was made, so maybe it's about the.
Can you revoke the call? I don't know if that's a thing.
I don't know. Maybe they're talking about a spot or something with the clock. Who knows? They had everyone in the huddle, all the refs.
Maybe an automatic first down.
Maybe just like
this has been a bizarre drive to say the least.
I mean, see, Coach Marinelli's like 10 yards away from the sideline on the field. He's waiting for one of the refs to come over and tell him what
that seems to happen when these whole referee huddles that take 10 hours.
So
yeah, he seems to just kind of meander his way onto the field a little bit.
So one of the refs going over to talk to him now. He take a look at the replay. See a bunch of guys on the ball.
I think that's about when the whistle was blown and most of the Canaan players let off. But Francis, leverage probably pulled him down, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was just being held up by the pile and then.
Yeah.
But whatever.
So here we go. We'll be first and goal now. Here's Tarantino. He's going to have the quarterback keeper trying to go right. Might get a couple yards there, but he will be short of the goal line. But in this situation now, Greenwich, you got to punch in. You can't take 3 points here. You got to have 7. The touchdown is necessary.
Looks like New Canaan is bringing in their goal line formation. Looks like Reagan and Delicata going in. I'd imagine Whartonby would be on this formation, but obviously, due to current circumstances, he's not.
Yeah, so the ball will be at around the 2-yard line here. Let's see what Greenwich has got going. Looks like Hector Lopez is to the left. Whoa, some movement going on, and that's going to be a flag.
I think that
Squires,
was Squires outside, yeah.
False start on Hudson Squires, so that's going to push the Cardinals back 5 to the 7-yard line. And
that's killer for Greenwich.
Yeah, the penalties were hurting the Rams this drive, and right there, that's going to push the Cardinals back, and those 2 guys that came on for the Rams are now coming off. So back to that normal defense. So it will be a 3rd and 7 now. 3rd and goal from the 7. See one-on-one to the bottom of your screen.
Oh, delay a game.
Oh, man. Delay a game on Greenwich, and they keep getting pushed back now. They have just lost 10 yards in the last 2 plays. They haven't snapped the ball. So that is tough if you're Greenwich. You had the false start and then the delay games. Now you got 3rd and goal from the 12.
That's a lot of momentum to New Canaan, too. It is hard to have, 2 penalties and then all of a sudden on 3rd and 12 score a touchdown. So, the momentum was in Greenwich's favor. And then all of a sudden, these 2 penalties really giving it back to the Rams.
And Tarantino, he is brought down by all the Rams. And that will go down as a sack for this New Canaan defense. I mean, from this position, we were just saying, PJ, that you got to get 7. I mean, it's going to be interesting what they're going to do here. But I think they're going to still try and go for it because under 3 minutes left to go in this 3rd quarter. It looks like that Greenwich offense is going to stay on the field. See, Luke Jancarelli.
Oh,
he's coming onto the field for this defensive package here. It's going to be interesting.
I guess this is New Canaan's dime package, and with Esposito out, Jancarelli is that 6th defensive back.
So let's see. Here we go at the 13. Jancarelli, the new one back there for the Rams. It's a drop back, and that one is tipped and incomplete. The New Canaan defense holds strong as they always do. Turnover on downs, and this offense will get it back.
Yeah, that was great defense from the Rams, and you could tell the whole way after Greenwich and Tarantino got almost sacked, maybe he made it back to the the line of scrimmage, but after that it was going to be a pass play, and it looked like it maybe got tipped at the line, or it was just awkward and a mallard out of his hand to begin with. But great defense from New Canaan and standing strong on the goal line despite all the adversity of this drive.
Yeah, so Greenwich had it at the 2-yard line.
I was talking about how Jancarelli stepped up because Esposito was hurt, but also Stone Milligan would probably be in that spot. But Milligan's out injured as well. Yeah.
So there's going to be a quick handoff for the Rams. Brought down quickly, but there for Greenwich. I mean, they had the ball on the 2-yard line. That's all they needed. And the false start, the delay game, put them back 10. And from there, it's hard to get 12 yards to score a touchdown, this New Canaan defense.
Yeah. And now New Canaan, though, backed up in their own end. So he's definitely going to have to figure something out if you're the Rams offense. Looks like Stein's back there.
So there's the handoff from Hoffman over to Stein. not going to get too much. And, when we met with Coach Marinelli earlier, he was talking about that St. Joe's game, right? And how he was able to run the ball really for the last 7 minutes of the half. I think that's what he'd like to do here, just milk as much clock as possible, get this one to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it looks like about 1:10. They could get it down to 55 seconds if they take their time. And on third down, that might be what you do.
Yeah. McInerney goes in motion. Here's Hoffman. Dropping back. He's going to throw the screen out to Henry Stein. He's got some blockers ahead of him, but everyone kind of fell down. Stein hit from behind there. So not enough for a first down. And looks like the New Canaan punt unit should be getting ready. There's about 7-8 seconds between the game clock and the play clock. And now this punt unit will come out for the Rams. So we'll be Perticello. We'll try and take as much clock. They'll snap that one more quick, actually. Perticello gets this one down there, and it's a fair catch by Max Townsend. So Greenwich will start with it just shy of the 50, about the 46-yard line of their own, and 11 seconds left to go, so they can run one more play in this third quarter, and then it will be the start of the fourth. So here we go. It's Tarantino. He's going to drop back for the pass. He's got no one open deep, and he is hit hard by Jack Kroll. And that is exactly what New Canaan would like to do to end the third quarter, which is what's going to happen. So put your fours up. New Canaan up 14-0. Heading into the fourth quarter, number 1 versus number 2 in the state. And it's been all number 1 right now. And down on the sideline, we have Julia DiGiacomo to talk more about this game and how New Canaan's been looking. Julia.
Thanks, Ryan and PJ. It's been a great game, and New Canaan has been dominating so far. But with this being a number 1 versus number 2 matchup, Greenwich is still very much in it. Looking ahead into the final quarter, we'll see if the Rams can keep up the momentum and if Greenwich can find theirs. Ryan, PJ, back to you.
So thank you there, Julia. New Canaan doing a great job this half, and really the whole game, if you think about it. Everyone knew the defense was this star piece of this New Canaan team, and they've really shown it this game, and Greenwich has had no answer for this Rams defense.
Yeah, I think this New Canaan offense has its ups and downs, has some good games, has some bad games. I think the St. Joe's game was probably not their best one, but this has been a fairly impressive showing from the New Canaan offense. Yeah. Albeit, I think without the fumble from Stein, they probably have 21 points on the board and are just pounding the rock.
Yeah. So it will be a 2nd down and 12 now for Greenwich. Here's Tarantino. He's going to drop back, fire on that out route. It might be picked off, actually. This New Canaan defense is signaling for the interception. We'll see. Normally, tie goes to the offense. But, I mean, the Rams want to pick it. I think they're going to mark that one as a catch by Merdalia. Almost picked off, though. I mean, borderline.
Let's take another look.
Had it initially, and
it looked
McInerney
like he took his hands off it for a second there. McInerney was on it, and then Merdalia just kind of rolled back on top of it. But
yeah. It's Tarantino.
Tie goes to the offense.
Yeah. Oh, here's the breakthrough from Hector Lopez. He's got a big seam, and he has the speed. Touchdown, Greenwich. And that is what the Cardinals needed. A huge run there from Lopez. 49 yards, and Greenwich are right back in this one. And this energy from the New Canaan crowd is gone. And PJ, just like that, catching everyone by surprise, and that is how quick Hector Lopez is.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a long time coming that Lopez was going to break a big one. And, you know, I can't say I'm surprised, but we got a flag coming in.
Yeah, one coming in late.
I wonder if, well, I don't think it's on the run. I think it's on something else. Looks like a cutout of someone's head just flew on the field. I wonder if that's who I think it is. I'm not going to speculate. But.
So we'll see. Greenwich will line up for the point after here.
Yeah, it looks like it moved closer. I guess maybe New Canaan had 12 men or something. That's kind of what it looked like. Someone ran off as that one is up and through.
Yeah. So Greenwich get their points back, and we have a one-score game in this fourth quarter. And this is where we really need the student section to show up. It's good that they're here, especially. Oh, here's some graphics popping up. A little late there, but all good. And Greenwich, again, getting that must-needed score there. Hector Lopez, take another look at this one. I mean, you can see when he turns on the Jets, like right there, right in that cut. Gets to that far left side. Schwartz tries to chase him down. He dives at him, but there's no way he's got him.
Blake Schwartz is a phenomenal athlete. He is a fast kid, and Lopez just what's the term they use in track?
I don't know.
I don't know. But rolled. He rolled him, as they say in track. Of course, our friend Caden Leslie taught me that.
Yep.
You know, the track man.
Has been chewing quite a lot of fat recently, I will say.
But you know, Lopez just flew past Schwartz, and Blake Schwartz is a fast kid. There's a reason he is playing defensive midfield at the collegiate level.
Yeah.
In lacrosse.
So Greenwich will boot this one deep. It's McInerney and Stein back there. Stein and McInerney. McInerney will catch this one at about the goal line and try and get out as far as he can. Do a nice job, but
looked like
down
Greenwich
shy of the 20.
thought the ball was out, or at least one person just kind of fell to the ground. Made me think the ball was out, but that's what.
So the New Canaan offense will come back out now just shy of their 20-yard line here. So we'll see if the Rams can get anything going. And PJ, I think we got some scores update us on. PJ, what do we got?
Yeah, so it looks like Fairfield Ludlow is up 28-7 over Trumbull. That's a big FCAC game in the third quarter. I think that's the end of the third quarter.
Yep.
And Newtown, where our advisor, Mr. Sobolski, is from, a fan of Newtown, of course, and then they're up 14-7 over Brookfield at the end of the third as well.
Nice. So there's our scores around the league right now. As there is a tackle by Golden on the run from Stein. So it's a 5-yard run for Stein, so we'll bring up a 2nd and 5 for the Rams. Will be another handoff to Stein. He'll try and break it free on that left side.
Someone was head hunting there.
Yeah. Stein will get pushed out of bounds, and that will be enough to move the chains.
Was that Bobby Stanley there who flew through? I thought he was about to smoke Stein.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if we get a replay of that, because, yeah, he was flying in there.
Looks like maybe it was Hunter Woods. And if he made contact, that would not have been good for Stein. But Stein, quick jolt, and got out of there.
There's the movement again, and fantastic job from Maddox Hoffman this game. I think it's the 3rd offsides that Greenwich has. The hard count has worked phenomenally, and you know, normally New Canaan, they don't really do a hard count all too often, but you know, I guess they've seen maybe teams prior have got the hard count to work against Greenwich, and just keeps on moving a little closer. It'll be a 1st and 5 for the Rams.
Yeah, it seems like Greenwich almost has a tell when they're blitzing, and New Canaan's using that hard count to kind of or maybe not necessarily hard count, but just going on 2 or 3 to
Yeah.
try and sniff it out. And that's obviously leading to a couple of jumps from players.
So 5 yards closer for the Rams. It's Hoffman with Stein to his right and a flag.
They got to delay a game.
Yeah, delay a game. That far official was looking at that clock the whole time. And so 5 yards forward, and how about 5 yards back?
It didn't seem like there was any urgency from Canaan either, which was weird. But
yeah. So let's just pretend that offsides never happened, I guess.
Yeah.
You know? Let's just set it right back to 1st and 10. So that clock, take a look at the play clock. Now under 10 seconds to go, and not too important with the clock stopped right now. Here's Hoffman. He will drop back to pass. It's going to be a screen. Oh, that could have been picked off, but might have been some own contact there. It looked like Justin Carroll had that interception, and Andy Stedham kind of hit him and almost jarred the ball out there. That could have been a pick, and maybe should have been a pick for the Cardinals.
Yeah, take another look.
I mean,
I
think he had it.
Yeah, it looked like he.
Friendly fire jarred that one out. Yeah.
Yeah, and Carroll was visibly angry after that.
So it's going to be a handoff to Stein. Stein has it, gets by 1, and he'll be brought down on that 2nd and 10. That ball comes out way after. I think. Not really too sure if Justin Carroll's talking to that ref. I mean, that ball was out quite considerably after, but it's going to be a 3rd down for the Rams. About 3rd and 3 for New Canaan. Can Greenwich get the big stop that they need, or will New Canaan continue to move these chains? Hoffman tried to get that hard count going, get that, do the clap, trying to get the D-line to move, but to no avail. Now under 10 seconds on the play clock. Here's Hoffman. This is the first time we've seen the legs, and it's a great stop there by that Greenwich defensive line. It was big 76, Isaiah McDonald. And it's going to be a 4th and short. Do we see punt? Do we see the jumbo? A lot of options for the Rams.
This is a tough decision for the Rams coaching staff.
Marinelli's calling for punt. Yeah.
Marinelli, he's waving on the punt squad because it is a 4th and short, but if you don't get it, you're giving Greenwich the ball on your own 40 going in. So definitely very difficult. I wonder if New Canaan maybe pulls out some trickeration. Someone's calling for a flag. Greenwich thinks it's
Greenwich
on
New
Canaan.
Canaan. If it was on Greenwich,
it looks like the referees are.
Yeah, full start. Yeah, if that was on Greenwich, that would have given New Canaan a fresh set of downs there. I mean, you see the punt returner back there. I mean, I think Townsend maybe took like 2 steps up. It's Perticello's still going to boot this one deep, so not too much movement from him.
Yeah, the Rams have had some phenomenal special teams over the past couple of years. You got guys like Perticello, Tucker Stevens, Ty Groff.
Just look at the hang time on that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but the Rams just some phenomenal special teams. Actually, Tucker was my announcing buddy in the for the first half of the spring before he went on internship with Corey, because then he had to do that at the lacrosse games. But for the first half of it, he was up here in the booth with me. Loved having him.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Did
you ever do a game with him?
I didn't do a game with him, no. But, my interaction with him, great guy.
Yeah.
So Perticello booted that one deep, and fair caught. So Greenwich will start with it just at their own 30. So we'll see what Tarantino's got. After that big touchdown on the last one from Lopez, that one kept with Tarantino the whole time. Not get too much, maybe a yard on that one.
Yeah, and looks like.
So we have some breaking injury news. Andrew Esposito dislocated his shoulder. He's currently in the hospital right now, so best wishes to Esposito, and that is a major blow for the Rams, and not just on offense, but on the defensive side as well, and they got to try and get something going. As there's a drop back by Tarantino. He's looking on that wheel route. He's got Hector Lopez, and Lopez makes the catch, forced out of bounds by Schwartz, and all of a sudden the Greenwich offense has broken the seal, and it goes to Lopez.
Yeah, that was a great look. Looks like, as we take another look, the Hector Lopez graphic.
No, not 10 total touchdowns this year.
Yeah, no, yeah. That was from before the game. But see him go out to the flats.
Yeah, Kroll was watching the
Kroll
QB
got out
there.
there. Looks like it's a zone package for the Rams, and
Movement.
that safety, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that it was either Schwartz or Marsili was supposed to be in that deep zone, I think, by the reaction from Kroll. Looked like Kroll was supposed to be out in the flat, and Tarantino was just able to drop it over the top of Jack Kroll and find Hector Lopez.
Yeah. So it looks like the full start there on 55, Colin Fowler. So it's 1st and 15 on the 41. So let's see, how will Tarantino respond? He hands this one to Lopez. Lopez has a nice little lane. He puts the shoulder down, and Hector Lopez is now finding his own in this fourth quarter. See Hierman, Mike Harris getting to that ball over there, and along with Marsili. So that was a gain of 10 there, but still be a 2nd and 5 because of that 1st and 15 after that full start. So clock running, under 8 minutes left to go. Tarantino. He's going to fake it, the read option. Everyone was on Lopez, and Tarantino will go down. A flag coming in late from that side official. Not sure what he saw, unless it was like a late hit, maybe head-to-head on Tarantino.
Yeah, I wonder if that's like a face mask call.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I mean, normally from that spot, you'd think could be on the defense. They're talking it over now, maybe whether it's roughness, face mask. So all eyes on this referee unit right now. All the coaches on this New Canaan staff are awaiting something. Let's see what we got. No flag. Flag gets picked up, but nonetheless, that did move the chains for Greenwich. So it was a 7-yard gain on that 2nd and 5, so able to move it up for Greenwich, and Phil Tarantino has really found his own along with Hector Lopez here. Hierman showing a heavy blitz. It's a fake. Tarantino, he's looking deep, and he's just going to try and run this one, and there's Hierman and the rest of the Rams, and another flag thrown by this ref. Let's see what we got. It was Hierman and all the other Rams bringing Tarantino down. Greenwich signaling it's against New Canaan, but a face mask on the Rams. So Greenwich getting the calls there. Their student section over there getting hyped up, and this is just moving the Cardinals closer. And now PJ, New Canaan's really got to dial in here.
Yeah, it seems like all the momentum is on Greenwich's side, but last time Greenwich was in the red zone, we all saw what happened, right? Two penalties on the Cardinals, and all of a sudden it's a turnover on downs, and New Canaan has all the momentum.
So ball will be on the 11-yard line for Tarantino. He's got Lopez to his left, now shifting over to the right. Hierman again showing. It's going to be Tarantino. He's going to keep this one straight up the gut. We'll get brought down fairly quickly. And I think in a moment like this, Greenwich really wish they punched it in. A couple of drives going. They had on the 2-yard line. It was those 2 penalties that set them back, as it could be 14-14 and then potential to take the lead here. But now they're playing from behind and got to score. Just take a look there. Tarantino, straight keeper. Nice job by the linebacker unit of the Rams to get in on there. So 2nd and 10 now. Tarantino, it's going to be a pass. Looking over to that left side, he's got to step up, and it's heavy pressure. He's brought down. The ball came out. Ball is out, and the Rams fall on it. How about that? The New Canaan defense, they face adversity, and they force a turnover, and this whole sideline, the whole stands, the student section is going crazy right now.
That is New Canaan football right there. You see the lockdown coverage, and then Tarantino tries to step up. Hierman strips the ball loose and recovers it. That's a phenomenal play from Mikey Hierman. And, you saw the coverage, and I was wondering if Tarantino was going to try and force it into a spot, and, that could have been an interception for the Rams. He decided to step up, it looked like he had a hole. Hierman got in there, and that's why he's going to play at the next level as well.
Yeah. Great job by Mikey Hierman, forcing the pressure, getting that ball out, and then just falling on it. Tarantino has been taking a lot of hits. He couldn't hold on to that one, so now New Canaan's got to try and manage some clock here. Stein gets the handoff, will put his shoulder down on Woods and get a couple.
Yeah, and just going back to that strip from the Rams, right? Oh, looks like
the Rams down there.
Looks like someone's just cramping.
Yeah.
But just going back to that, right? New Canaan, it seems like every single big game, they get out to a little bit of a lead, whatever, and then the other team gets a little bit of momentum, and that's when they rely on their defense and the coaching excellence of Coach Chris Silvestri. And right there, I mean, you see why they do that. It's because he's a phenomenal coach, and
yeah,
you got the whole entire town of Greenwich, it seems, backing that football team.
Yeah.
Maybe the entire high school, although I know they have a big high school.
Yeah.
In that stands, and all of a sudden, New Canaan relies on their defense, faces the adversity, like you said, Bell, and gets through and makes the play.
Yeah. So that was actually Stein there. He was the one with the handoff, cramping up a little bit, so he'll go off to the sideline. It was a gain of 5, so 2nd and 5 on the Rams 16. So it'll be Jack Kroll to Hoffman's left. Gotta imagine New Canaan will keep this one on the ground, or short passes if anything, but they're again trying to milk the clock. Valente goes in motion. There's the quick pass out to Charlie Koch, that does a nice job of staying in bounds there. We'll be short of that first down marker, so about a 3rd and 2-ish for the Rams.
Yeah, and that's a great find from Hoffman. Looked like it might have been an RPO, as I think we're getting the jumbo set here from New Canaan. I haven't seen it actually that much today, but that's a great find from Hoffman if that is an RPO, because he had it out for Stein, and then Koch is sitting there wide open on the little hitch route, and you love to hit that to a great receiver like Koch. And
yeah, Hoffman's under center now. That's going to be a quick handoff to that side. Greenwich doing a little swarm. I think he's short. Yeah, looks to be short. Kind of hard to see who actually got that handoff. Greenwich player ends up with the ball.
Jack Kroll. Yeah, well, it's obviously not a fumble.
Yeah, it was Kroll. What if they did? They're just like,
yeah, that would be something. But
yeah, but nice job by this Greenwich defense. They do force the stop. It's a 4th and 1, and this New Canaan offense.
Are they staying out there?
They are on the field. 20? On the field on their own 20.
This could be the play of the game right here.
Yeah. I mean, for Greenwich, first of all, you got to watch the hard count. It's got him a couple times.
Yeah.
But that's one thing. If you're
calls a timeout.
Yeah.
Yeah, the play clock was down to 3. So New Canaan preserving this field position. 4th and. Do you even call it 1? It looks like it's almost inches.
Yeah.
But this is the biggest play of the game. So, this is when you drown out the atmosphere, you drown out both student sections, and you just go put your head down and try to drive for the first down.
So again, I want to thank everyone who's watching this game between number 1 and number 2. Obviously, we get that hashtag New Canaan scoreboard going on. Big thank you to Michael Duda on Twitter for shouting us out and doing the hashtag New Canaan scoreboard. Much appreciated there.
Looks like New Canaan's punting.
Yeah.
But there was also a tweet from a couple games ago that I guess maybe the person was on private or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe.
The name was New Canaan also, which I think is cool. But they said show the scoreboard. We actually can't show the scoreboard. I'm sorry. Our broadcast is being streamed on the scoreboard, and it would be like, I don't even know. It's like, it wouldn't work out well.
Yeah, it would be good.
You would just see it over and over and over, and don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing good would come of that.
But again, a huge thank you there to Mr. Duda. And if everyone else wants to tweet out hashtag New Canaan Scoreboard, trying to get this one trending here for this huge game tonight. And again, it would be much appreciated from everyone here. And what a game to do. It's 14-7. It's number 1 versus number 2. Greenwich got the ball. They'll have it on about the 36-yard line here. Is that punt? I mean, as always, we don't even have to commentate when Perticello punts. You know, it's just going to go all the way down there. So Greenwich is going to be pinned far back. I'd be curious to know the sack numbers because Phil Tarantino's been taking a lot of hits today from this Rams defense.
Yeah.
And here we go. Start of this drive, 3:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. Lopez in motion. Here's Tarantino. He's got a couple of receivers. He's got the out route over there. Did he hold on to it? Looks like he did. And that's a first down for Greenwich. It's Meridalia. Alex Meridalia, the tight end, keeps it going for Greenwich.
Yeah, and looked like New Canaan really stacked the box. Looks like they almost had 8 in there. So, you know, that's what happens when you don't have enough guys out in coverage. You know, and Greenwich also ran trips on that far side, so it's not easy.
It's going to be the rollout. Tarantino's going all the way to his right. Lopez was forced to block.
Did he
Rams.
catch that? I can't tell.
Oh, yeah, did he actually? Yeah, I guess he did actually.
Yeah.
Oh, nice grab. The New Canaan crowd, they wanted a holding call.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a catch over there by Greenwich.
Yeah, and it is on those rollout passes that are almost designed to be like that, where you do see a lot of holding because everyone's on the run, everyone's on the move. That's the other pass.
Yeah, a nice catch over there.
Yeah, great catch. And it looked like New Canaan only had 2 defensive backs for 3 Greenwich receivers.
Lopez is going to get the handoff. Looks like he's short, so it's going to be 3rd and 1 for Greenwich. Lopez got about 2 there.
Hierman or maybe Dallas George in on that tackle. 2 phenomenal athletes.
Yeah, and we haven't called George too much, but also varsity basketball player.
Yeah.
Another all-around athlete. So here we go, big 3rd and 1 now. And Tarantino, he's by himself in the gun. Lopez is shifted out as a receiver to the right. Got to imagine to be something quick here. Tarantino, he's dropping. He has a lot of running room, and he's got enough for a first down. Taking a big shot, though. So Tarantino gets the first down, but he's definitely costing his body a little bit, taking some huge hits, but does move the chains for Greenwich.
Yeah, looks like Greenwich might just take this one into the 2-minute warning. I think we have a 2-minute warning. Actually, no, I don't. Wait.
Nope.
No, yeah.
So
I was thinking of our flag games, which we have Saturday morning.
Yeah, we got to wake up.
Yeah.
Should be fun. See Fred and Mike. So clock still running. Here's Tarantino. He's looking deep, doesn't have anybody. Francis on the pressure. Tarantino's just got to run this one to the left. Again, he's taking a big shot over there. Yeah, it's George. That clock is still running, so about a minute and a half, and now we got timeout called. Looks like by Greenwich to stop this clock with about a minute 35 left to go, Peach.
Yeah, and it's been the New Canaan pressure and New Canaan secondary really forcing Tarantino to get outside, and he's got some great legs on him, and looks like New Canaan is only really rushing 3 on that play, and Hickey outside just couldn't beat the block in time, but luckily for him, Dallas George is right there and a phenomenal tackler. He just wraps up and brings Tarantino to the ground, but New Canaan, you cannot, you know, as much as you can't let up a deep pass, you can't let Tarantino just, you know, run it up the gut and get an easy first down. You got to have contain if you're the New Canaan defensive ends or, you know, defensive tackles, whoever Coach Silvestri's putting on the line at this time. You know, maybe he'll send some pressure one play and then none the next. So it's really, you know, situational.
And if you're just joining us, the New Canaan star player Andrew Esposito looks like he went down. It looked like it was a hand or wrist. Our producer Jason Generalis told us they might have dislocated his shoulder and he's in the hospital. So again, we hope Esposito is all right. And there's a major blow for the Rams, and now Greenwich with a huge opportunity to try and tie the game. It's Tarantino. He's throwing this one deep. It's 1-on-1, and that's just a little bit too far intended for Jack Kelly. And Greenwich, they're getting close there, PJ. And, I mean, might be surprising. Is that
That's Jancarelli.
That's
back
Jank.
there,
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that
Yeah.
was not a 4. That is number 9, Luke Jancarelli, the senior. I mean, you know, we're just talking about with Esposito down. Jancarelli's back
and
there.
Stone Milligan, too.
Yeah.
But it looks like the pressure on that play, couldn't quite see the number. Looked like maybe 15 or 5 or 2. All 3 possibilities as well, which doesn't really help me out. But
yeah.
Yeah.
So a huge 3rd and 7. Student section on their feet. Can Greenwich get the conversion that they need? Tarantino drops back, fires that one incomplete, but a flag coming from this official.
That could be anything. That could be a hold.
Yeah,
that could be,
I mean,
that
it could be quite
illegal contact.
I don't even know. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
We're not
speculate
gonna
anything.
speculate.
This could quite literally be any call in the book. Yeah, they're talking over it. It came from the official.
But he had, I will say, Tarantino had Squires wide open in the middle of the field.
It's on Greenwich.
Yeah, it's on Greenwich, so it wouldn't
And
matter,
now I think it was an ineligible man, maybe.
Squires had his hand up. He was wide open in the middle of that New Canaan defense. Looked like maybe a dig route right along the first down. So
yeah. So here we go. This very well could be the game. 4th and 7. The biggest moment this New Canaan defense has faced all season is right now. Can the Rams get one more stop, or will Greenwich continue what they got going on these last couple of drives? It's going to be Tarantino. He drops back, rolling to his right, heavy pressure, throws this one towards the end zone. It's picked off. Blake Schwartz with the interception, and he slides down at around the 12-yard line. And as always, PJ, the New Canaan defense comes up clutch, gets the stop, and that very well could be the ball game.
yeah, Blake Schwartz, phenomenal coverage and phenomenal pressure in there too, as looks like the New Canaan student section definitely proud. The Greenwich student section leaving, but that was some great pressure in there. I think it might have been Ladley or Hickey or Kroll once again.
Yeah.
Still can't tell all 3 of them, but someone got back there. I think I saw 5, but just put some pressure on Tarantino, and Blake Schwartz was back there. I thought he was going to swat it. He picked it. Blake Schwartz, he does lead the team in interceptions. That's his 3rd on the year. He's a phenomenal defensive back. I think one of the most underrated players in the FCAC. I think he really I think he is the kind of player that would make the all FCAC, all state team, but I think he's just overshadowed by those other New Canaan players that maybe not getting the nods that he deserves, but still a phenomenal athlete, phenomenal lacrosse player as well. And you love to see Blake getting the pick as the Rams running it with Jack Kroll. I think now they're bringing in James McInerney maybe.
Yeah.
Looks like Stein is a little bit shaken up on the sideline. I saw him hobbling a little bit. As I think we got a timeout, I'd assume, from Greenwich.
Yeah, I think they have 1 timeout left as well.
So I guess they could get it to, I guess they have another timeout. They call it. It would be 3rd down. And I guess maybe New Canaan could get down to would it be 40 seconds or like 20? It depends on the play clock. I'm not really sure the play clock rules.
Yeah,
but
they can. I mean, Greenwich might get the ball back with 15 seconds left.
And that is if New Canaan doesn't get a first down, which is still a possibility.
Right. You see, look at on the left, Peach. All the Greenwich students are.
Oh yeah.
They're heading out right now.
Halloween
Can't see it on the. Yeah. It's going to be the handoff. It's McInerney with it.
Yeah. He's that's some good yardage there from James McInerney.
Yeah. So as McInerney got 5 there, so it'll be a 3rd and 5. That was the last timeout called by Greenwich. So let's see. So it's 35.
Well, I'm
it
not
40
sure. I'm not sure if it's 40 or 25. I think it's 40 after a new play. I think it's 25 after a stoppage. So as long as New Canaan goes down to inbounds, I'd imagine they call a timeout with 1 second left. So 20 seconds, I guess, on the punt. I'd imagine Perticello kicks it out of bounds. So probably maybe 17. 17 is my guess. If Greenwich gets the ball back, but that is still bearing a stop on this 3rd down.
Yeah, so a first down here would ice the game left. And if not, yeah, I mean, Greenwich would maybe get the ball back around 15 seconds left. They would need a prayer. But still, first down here, game would be over. There's Hoffman, it's McInerney behind him. Stein was dealing with the cramping issues a little earlier, so that's why he's not in right now. So here we go, 3rd and 5, first down will win it for the Rams. Handoff to McInerney.
He might have gotten there.
Let's see, does the push. The extra push might have gotten enough. I mean, it's like right on there.
But if you're New Canaan, you can't go for it here. Yeah,
first down.
Yep, first down. That's it.
Yeah, that will do it with that first down. That clock's just gonna keep running. Greenwich cannot stop it. And what a win this will be for New Canaan. I guess I can't officially say it for another 40 seconds in case something crazy, but I mean, yeah, clock.
Just gonna kneel.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Play
you
clock
could have
is
said that
key.
in that 19, well, I think it was the 70s when the Eagles played the Giants and they fumbled the kneel.
We don't talk about the Giants.
Yeah, good game against the Broncos there. So kneel from Maddox, Hoffman, and the New Canaan Rams, the #1 team in the state. They had never won a 1-versus-2 game. It was 2 losses to Darien in 2016 and 2021. They break the streak. They beat Greenwich. #2 goes down at Dunning Stadium, and what a win it is for this New Canaan Rams team coming off of the bye week and taking down a Greenwich team that gave it their all and absolutely gave New Canaan their toughest test of the year.
Yeah, that was a great game. You know, New Canaan, they came out hot. They got those 2 passing touchdowns in the first half. Greenwich's defense really turned it on after that, I will say. And of course, obviously, New Canaan had to battle through a lot of adversity. Andrew Esposito going down. We hope he's okay. You know, prayers out to him as well as Shane Whartonby. But that was a phenomenal high school football game. Greenwich really turned it on in that back half. But New Canaan, you can rely on your defense.
Yeah.
And I think they proved it there. Mikey Hierman coming up big with that strip and recovery, and then the interception by Blake Schwartz as well. I think, you know, just some great, phenomenal senior leadership is how I would call it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, really a game of missed chances there for Greenwich. I mean, you had the fumble by Tarantino. That hurt, obviously, that drive, and they got to the 2-yard line, and they lost the ball, you know, because it was 2 straight flags. You had the 5-yard penalty. You had the, you know, and then it was 2 5-yard penalties, actually. So, you know, you take it from there, and then Greenwich, again, just missing some chances. So, an overall great game from New Canaan, but you can't do it on the offense without a great defense. Right now we have Julia DiGiacomo down there with the defensive coordinator, Chris Silvestri.
Ryan, PJ, back to you. What do you mean?
Thank you, Julia. And again, New Canaan with a fantastic 14-7 win. They improved to 6-0 on the year, and PJ, safe to say that they will. Oh, Mr. Dines on the field, by the way. We lost him up here.
Huh.
We were looking for him for a quick second. But yeah, so safe to say New Canaan will keep the #1 ranking. Greenwich might fall a little bit, but they're still a great football team. And regardless, we'd like to thank some of our crew members. We're just going to list some first names here. I mean, obviously Jason Generalis, producer, Brayson Flood, Lucas has a party, Haley, Thomas, Everett. I mean, everyone, Sophia, Oliver, Skandar, my man, Nick, Len, or Lenny. We have Luke C. I'll say Skandar again. He's our man. You know, we love having him. And a huge thank you to Claire and Julia. And I know Julia's not done yet on the sideline. I think I was trying to get that Silvestri interview. I'd said thank you. We were trying to get something figured out up here, so I guess I did not see that interview had not yet happened. So Coach Silvestri's coming over to talk with Julia in a quick second as we get everything set up over here as she meets with him. And right now we do have Julia DiGiacomo down on the field with Coach Silvestri. Julia, take it away.
Coach, congrats on the win. Your defense made some huge stops in the red zone. How proud are you of that group and the way they handled the pressure?
Well, I'm very proud of the entire team, like we were saying before. And, you know, the touchdown we gave up, that's on me. I called a really bad call, unfortunately. And they executed it, and give to Greenwich all the credit in the world. They came out with that play. But for us to have our backs up against the wall and come away with 2 turnovers is huge.
Yes. Thanks so much, Coach, and good luck in the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. Good talk there with Coach Silvestri. And again, New Canaan improves to 6-0 on the year. We got our thanks out the way. Of course, Roman Cebulski, our main guy, can't do it without him. And then Tony Pesesnik up here, Terry Dinan helping out, Jay Egan, of course. Am I forgetting anyone, Peach?
Mr. Melzer.
Oh, yep.
Bill Brown, always helping out.
Yep. And, yeah, so that will do it from Dunning Stadium. Again, your final score, New Canaan 14, Greenwich 7. We'll send it away to sponsors. From Ryan Bell, PJ Neville. Have a good night, everyone.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Quest Builders Group, a general contracting, construction management, and consulting company who proudly supports all of our high school athletes. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile. You're in good hands. We thank Platinum sponsor Frangione Engineering. Planning on putting in a pool or an addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Frangione Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet, who have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist with all of your automotive needs. We thank Platinum sponsor Manfredi Jewels. Manfredi Jewels, your local official Rolex jeweler, is excited to continue carrying the finest jewelry and watch brands and welcome the New Canaan community into their newly renovated store this fall. Go Rams! Platinum sponsor Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company serving all of Fairfield County. We thank Platinum sponsor Walter Stewart's. Walter Stewart's Market has supported NC Rams athletics and the entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. We also thank our Platinum sponsor Hoyt Livery for 30 plus years of service. We would like to thank our Gold sponsor Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commissioned residential and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We thank another Gold sponsor, Club Sandwich, a family-owned deli right here in town serving the New Canaan community since 1986. They are a proud sponsor of the New Canaan community and all of our sports teams. And we thank NC Graphics LLC, a Gold sponsor who is a constant supporter of the NCHS Booster Club. They are a custom graphics company located right here in New Canaan for all of your logo designing needs. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Go Rams!